for Adfinum to deal with it.
Oh, they go for a Weaver in the end.
Okay, I wonder.
Yeah,
Is Batrider mid?
it's easy for me to say. I was actually thinking this, and then I decided against it because of the Bounty Hunter Night Stalker. But they something that was very popular to run as well is the aggressive tri-lane with Abaddon, Bane, Weaver.
Okay, and then a Batrider mid.
Or Batrider mid.
Seconds remaining.
And Dro safe? Or would you go Dro?
Well,
mid?
considering it's this team, I can't imagine that they put Baby Knight on Dro.
Reserve time.
They can rotate their they can put Baby Knight on the Weaver and put him off lane with the two supports, surely.
Is there no way that they put the Weaver mid, you don't think?
Yeah, I think they could.
That could be an Imperial thing.
So,
I'm finna...
But they have done a lot of this aggressive tri-laning.
Yes.
Yeah.
But they could do that
to
with the Drow, I guess. Just the Drow Bane Abaddon.
They could, yeah, but then it lacks sort of killability, I think, in comparison to the Weaver.
It's an OD. They went for it themselves. Thug OD. It's a scary one.
Oh, I think I prefer Finum's lineup here. I don't know, Imperial doing something very Imperially. It's a little bit kind of off the wall. I mean, the draft is something that not many other teams would draft that.
Yeah, I'm definitely with you. I think Adfinum has this.
Yeah,
Adfinum.
I'm going to go for Adfinum as well. That means all three are expecting Adfinum to do well. Let's see if Imperial can prove us wrong. I believe, Odie Pixel, it is your job to be on the other side there. Time for game number 1 of Adfinum versus the Imperial with Odie Pixel and Gods.
Prepare for battle.
Hello, ladies and gentlemen. Welcome back to the HeStEJoE Dream League casting panel. I'm Odie Pixel. I'm here with Gods. We're ready to take you through the second series of the day, and it is indeed Adfinum once again, this time up against the Danes. Imperial standing up to them. And as I was saying on the panel, quite an Imperial-esque draft. And let's see who ended up playing. It's indeed Baby Knight, Drow Ranger, Ace Weaver, and HeStEJoE sticking on his back. What do you think about this, guys?
This team is very flexible. It's weird because they have a set hero pool they kind of go towards, but it seems like their players can all mix up in them. Like they've had the Brood, which is like people talk about the Baby Knight Brood, but they run that on Ace sometimes. The Drow being mixed up. Like they're running heroes you expect from a certain player on a different player. They'll put the Weaver in the safe lane.
I mean,
very
Drow mid.
Strong with. I mean, you look at Drow mid. One of the main difference between Drow mid and Drow safe lane is how fast you get level 6.
Yep.
And the fast level 6 means that safe lane Weaver is going to pack a punch, hit really hard. You basically get free. All you need to do is buy the Blightstone, and you basically have a Desolator. Like for 300 gold, you have a Desolator as a Weaver when you have Drow on your team. So it's a really tough hero to verse. As Adfinum matches up very well against the Lifestealer as well. They've got okay control for it with the Night Stalker pick. That's definitely going to help out a little bit against the Weaver, but I still feel like this is a game where Weaver could just go off.
Get moving.
Okay, so I hope indeed, by the sounds of it from you, in Imperial's lineup. I mean, the thing I'm worried about for them is the fact that it is Thug on the OD. We saw how well he could play that in game 1. It's one of his heroes indeed. And then the fact that it is Baby Knight running the Drow mid. I mean, this is something that we just don't see teams doing. If they're picking a Drow, they put it in the safe lane, they have it with protection. Why is that? Why do we not see Drow in the mid lane as much? As you said, the bonus is you get the levels quicker, but what's the weakness?
Weakness is you don't really do a whole lot. You don't push the lane very fast, you don't control runes, there's a lot of matchups you don't do well in, you might just straight up lose, so I think the hero isn't particularly great. Normally it's like a plan B for if the lane might get contested, let's run Drow mid, and that's exactly what's happening up top. It's a contested lane, HeStEJoE being tri-laned. He'll get out alive though. Rise helping him out at the top lane with a Nightmare. And it does end up being an okay laning setup with Weaver in the off lane getting some farm and pressuring Madara's lane. Adfinum will be forced to bring their supports back bottom to help secure Madara any kind of farm.
I mean, this is a combo that we don't see a lot of, but it's pretty scary. The whole kind of Shikuchi, Aphotic Shield combination of Pad and Weaver, it's got a lot of potential, especially if you can catch Madara when he hasn't got the rage up. It feels like it is going to be hard for this Lifestealer to lane against.
Yep. Absolutely. It's not going to be an easy fun lane for him. Weaver, I would expect Ace to pick up that Blightstone as soon as possible just to help continue that laning dominance over it. And they have a lot of just aggressive potential here. It does look like the lanes are going to switch up a bit as the supports start getting a bit more active in terms of Adfinum's side. They've had the bounty rotating towards mid, the Witch Doctor towards bottom. I think they recognize that this Drow mid is perhaps one of the weak points of the Imperial laning stage, so they're trying to exploit that with the bounty hunter's presence.
And already is, yeah. As you said, Thug having the better time in the mid lane, and in the jungle, Noya and Ace actually coming across as Witch Doctor actually managed to pull some of the creeps over to this camp.
Yeah, this is a big, nice little double pull.
Yeah.
Getting it all the way through. Ace making the rotation all the way over just to come and basically secure that farm and experience. But what this means is that the lane XP and farm is not really being contested with the Lifestealer, and also CS is just being lost. He's actually denying the wave as well. So nicely played by Adfinem to use their pools. And this is how you deal with an aggressive lane like an Abaddon Weaver, is you just don't fight them. You play the economy game, you pull, you stack, you deny farm from them to make sure that they can't win this lane as hard as they otherwise would.
No, he's actually playing around with Spartan. Spartan could be in trouble.
Yeah,
I mean, they're coming in, he's got a point in Voodoo Restoration. Looks like he's going to be alright. Ace not feeling like diving today. Shikuchi was still on cooldown. Again, just coming in, putting some pressure onto Madara. Up on the top lane, and Finham trying to go in. Skylark was moving forward with MNT, but a Nightmare from Rise holds back the bounty. Bottom lane. Madara certainly got his work cut out. A couple of Phoenix shields there blasting in his face. And Spartan kind of emptying his tank of mana to keep Madara topped up and available to stick in the lane. Top lane though, MNT chased down. HeStEJoE to pick up first blood. Quickly in response though, Skylark will void down the Bane. So 1-for-1 trade, but obviously Imperial taking the lead there. HeStEJoE getting first blood on his back.
Yeah. Worth it in the end. Imperial getting the safe lane core, the first blood, making that 1-for-1 trade just fine for them. Definitely some concerns about this mid lane with Drow having half the CS of the OD. Does have at least some decent experience as far as progressing to that fast level 6, so we'll see whether or not that can win them the other side lanes, because ideally you want to win the side lanes with how the Drow gives them this bonus damage, but bottom lane that's definitely not happening.
Noya, he's got one shield. It's almost certainly not going to be enough. Pops the fire, won't keep him alive. They'll turn their attention towards Ace, but of course, very much a lack of lockdown for this Weaver.
Yeah, we'll try and bully MNT a little bit on his bounty hunter, but not sure this is a battle Ace necessarily will win. Definitely surprised to not see him pick up the Blightstone. I think that's just straight up mistake from Ace. Maybe he's thinking he wants to get another item a bit faster, but this item is just so valued.
This is scary. It's night time. Skylark's got a haste rune. Can he actually finish off this kill? Oh, he doesn't need to. The Astral's damage is enough. Burst down, Baby Knight. Skylark getting stuff done during this first night. Level 5 as well. And Adfinem 3-1. The pressure's already being felt, and something that we kind of expected off the back of this draft. Adfinem with a very aggressive lineup.
And they're waiting for his TP back in. They want to instantly kill him again.
Oh, that's tilting.
One of those. Oh, he's there. He's TPing in.
Here we go. 101. How to tilt a mid laner. Just camp mid. Baby Knight was like, what? They're still here. He'll gust back the OD.
And no one can TP to save him. Like, even if you have a TP scroll, there's no saving him because he just TP'd him, which means any follow-up TPs would be 4-second long TP.
That's smart.
You'd be ruined. So it's very safe dive to make, and great call from Adfinem just to sit around, camp that mid lane, and kill him a second time.
Yeah, it really is. Really securing the mid lane for Thug, and that is scary. It really is. We saw what Thug could do with a bad start in the mid lane. This series, we're going to be able to see what he does with a good start. He's 30 for 11. Pretty much free farm. I don't think he's missed a creep potential. 5 minutes in, 30 CS, that's pretty good.
Yeah. And you kind of ask, like, why do you not run the drum mid? We're seeing it here. It's getting bullied, it's getting ganked, you haven't got good escape outside. I mean, you got the gust, but it's not really going to always save your life. And you've got no good way to guarantee your farm. So it's been a very tough mid lane for Baby Knight. Looks like for now they will leave him alone, but the damage has really been done already. That level 6 timing of Drows has been slowed down by a big margin.
Aye. Bottom lane as well, 17 for 2. Certainly not the start that Madara was hoping for. So where Thug may be having the edge, Lifestealer certainly is paying for the fact that this bottom lane has a lot of pressure put on by Ace and Noya, as we've seen with the Weaver Abaddon.
He's just going to bring out some regen. It looks like Tango Salve, Boots, and the Blightstone.
Poor old Baby Knight. This time a TP will be coming through. They're a little bit scared, a little bit aware, and Noya can turn it around with a Photic Shield or two. They're still sticking around for this though. Eyes onto Noya, and they've also put the lockdown onto Baby Knight, kind of splitting them apart. Baby Knight falling low. They'll move in, look to finish this one off. Thug incredibly low, in fact, duking this out, keeping himself alive, but they've lost the bounty. Baby Knight still alive for the time being. One more voice from Skylark will get the job done, but they have the lasso. They'll look to punish the Night Stalker. Ace was also able to clean up the Witch Doctor. So this time, Imperial may have lost Baby Knight once more, but they punish Ad Venom hard, taking 3 kills in return. I mean, Thug, very lucky to get away with his life there.
Yeah, he got incredibly low, so Imperial, a little bit more okay with that. It's still tough times because of Drow dying, but Drow can TP top now. This is where you're like, okay, top lane's empty, I want that, it's mine. It's safe to farm finally. Daytime is coming soon, you're 50 seconds away, so you're at least looking at Night Soul's respawn time and hoping that this top lane remains safe, and yeah, Night Stalker's actually TPing bottom.
But they need to kill Ace. Ace is having too much of a good time for Ad Venom's liking.
That's a great kill if they can find it. Night Stalker doesn't bring any detection of his own, so it won't be an easy kill. They have got to get the silence off, and looks like they will not.
Yeah, they don't have any follow-through vision to drop down.
Oh, Skylark, he wants to dive it.
And he certainly will. Madara coming in close for the open wounds. Can they get the damage down before he gets another execution? No, they can't do it in time. Ace escapes just by the skin of his teeth.
Noya coming in just in time. Bounty throws up an observer ward very deep for some extra vision, but will be Weaver repelled back to base. This is a dangerous dive at bottom lane. Weaver, once he heals up, can TP back in, and with Drow level 6, this Weaver hits hard.
There's some nice bounces there, in fact, for Spartan, just to hold back the bat, making sure HeStEJoE doesn't get a chance to get in close and personal. They'll look towards the mid lane. They know TP's from Imperial came down towards the bottom. Ace, on his own.
He got hammered by that.
He's still yet to hit that level 6. Towards Ace, MNT getting the touch off. Again, though, another Shikuchi and Ace will be fine. HeStEJoE's come across the mid as well.
It's just kind of bullying onto Ace. Like, it's a hero that has a ring of health, but doesn't have like the Tango's salves, bottle regen, so he's going to heal up slowly. And anytime he's below half HP, it's times where he can't be aggressive, and that's exactly what Weaver wants to do. It's daytime, you've got level 6 Drow Aura, you've got plus 43 damage. You want to play aggressive as a Weaver right now, but being low on HP will stop and prevent that.
Oh, and Baby Knight has to be careful up top. I mean, Skylark continuously finding haste rune after haste rune.
Him having to be careful seems to be a recurring theme at this point.
Yeah.
Wherever he goes, he's being hounded. The vision game continues to be good from MNT. He's got wards in the dire jungle now, as well as that bottom lane. Helping up just secure up this stage of the game where it's daytime and they can't play as aggressively.
Again, MNT just keeping vision to the side behind the tower. See if there's any kind of opportunity to go. Thug continues to have a great time in the mid lane. Top of the net worth at the moment. HeStEJoE, of course, though, on the back, keeping himself on par with this mid lane OD, and of course, very, very close to the Blink Dagger. Yeah. So you're going to have a great timing on the bats.
Did that with the Arcane Boots pick up along the way as well. Nice little just team-oriented item. Allows him to spam his spells a bit more. Although he's done this without getting any points in Flame Break. Probably expecting to pick up a point around level 8 just to make use of all the extra mana he's got to play around with. But he's going to group up. It seems like Imperial just want to kind of 5-man. They're like, it's daytime, let's force some towers. We don't even care if this is very obvious. Like, we're just showing us 4 in mid lane with a bat and a drow. It's very apparent what they're doing, but they feel like they can at least do some good damage. Cliff has already been forced out by them. Night Stalker does have a TP rotation with Darkness, though, and that's really the big threat that the Imperial have to worry about.
Spartan just casting them, holding them back.
Yeah, I mean, ideal scenario is you don't use that. Like, you don't have to rotate Night Stalker. If you can defend this while Night Stalker stays top, continues to farm, get his level 8 or something, level 9.
Nice, Ace get it. Nice. Ace getting himself a freebie. Finds the solo kill.
Night Stalker, but he's too far away.
Yeah, Ace is such an elusive little bug. Yeah, on the Weaver, and you can see why it's just one of those drafts. You know, Imperial sneaking it for as the final pick, and there's a reason why they want to try their luck with it, because of the lineup they're against. There's just so little that Ad Venom can do at this stage against a Weaver.
Yeah, Weaver with Drower again, just
he can even go for this kill.
Makes that Weaver 10 times stronger. And
he might just do so. He has actually got 1 charges, so he's a little low on the mana, but just look at the damage. I mean, Spartan immediately down to 3rd health.
Yep. If he had
It's
more
scary.
mana, he gets that kill because he can't use Swarm and Shikuchi. If he had Swarm and then an extra Shikuchi, he's fine. If he had 2 Shikuchis, he can probably get it, but with 1 Shikuchi, he'd have to use it aggressively, and then he has no escape against Night Stalker. So, good call to back off. You don't want to feed away your life as a carry for a support. Maybe there's a small chance he gets out of there alive, but... Oh, Korea.
Hey, one more touch. Oh, he can't get it.
Where's that poison damage?
Oh.
Not affecting the Korea.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, it's not enough for him to get that one.
You got a blink on the bat now. HeStEJoE already looking for the opportunities up. Jumps in. Holding the Night Stalker. Scarlet's incredibly tanky. But with the Frost Arrows, they should be able to find this nice couple of stacks. And indeed, just immaculate play from HeStEJoE on the
really
bat.
good rec. Finding a kill around Drow as well, so that gives Drow a little boost considering she was struggling. And also killing the Night Stalker right as Night's about to hit means there's downtime where he's not alive during nighttime, and you're pushing towers at night. That's fantastic for Imperial. And you managed to get the kill right as it's day, so he doesn't have that extra movement speed and vision. He had no idea Bat was coming because of his vision disadvantage.
And down bottom, Ace continuing to have the better lane against Madara. About a 1k lead for him at the moment. And all things said and done, you know, considering the pressure that Adfin were putting on the start, the way that they were focusing Baby Knight, Imperial have held their own quite nicely for the first 12 minutes. You know, the fact that HeStEJoE is hitting this, just fantastic timing. And 6-5, Imperial are all right for the most part. All 3 cores looking great. Just the big issue at the moment, it feels like, is the fact that Thug's still at the top. You know, Imperial, they're going to have to do something and have an answer to this OD eventually.
Yeah, I guess they're looking at the Batrider initiation as a way to just start a fight, kill the OD, and there's no save, there's no banish, there's no Oracle, False Promise. If you catch that OD, he is more than likely just going to straight up die to the Batrider lasso.
Here we have the wraparound. To go off silence onto Drow, holding him back. HeStEJoE's around though, comes with a flame break. They've got the full 5-man here on Adfin. Open wins from Madara onto the bat, but he has the lasso holding Madara in place. They're turning towards Ace, but Ace Shikuchi around, takes down the Witch Doctor. Madara falling low as well. He'll be defensively Astro. Adfin trying to do their best to force the fight away from Madara, keeping him alive. But Noya comes in with the ult, chasing down Madara. Baby Knight turns his attention towards Skylight. They start to stack up the sticky napalm, but HeStEJoE low on mana. We've lost Bane, it's a 1-for-1 at the moment. They'll drop Sanity's Thug moving forward. Oh, it's a good Astral as well. Burst down Ace. They take down Baby Knight. They're getting themselves some track kills out of this one as well. Thug trying to get away. The Bugs are chomping him down. The Aphotic Shield will be there to finish him off. But Adfin do find the Abaddon as well. So I think at the end of all of that, it kind of ends up as a 4-for-2 trade. And of course, that trade, very tasty for Adfin because they were getting the track kills out.
Yeah, with the track, that's a big win for them. It was starting to swing Imperial's way until that Sanity's Eclipse came in to kill the Weaver. That Weaver was about to just kill everyone, it felt like. He had no answer to him. He lost some of his mana pool there, took a lot of damage from the OD ultimate, and that was really what shut him down and prevented him from getting more out of that fight. So, well played by Thug. Oh. He blinks in, but the car still follows you, as well as getting tracked up, so... Yeah, they lassoed the lifesteal there, but they just didn't have the damage. It was nice because it was during his rage, so it helped out Baby Knight not take any damage, but it also just meant they weren't getting that kill. And unfortunately, Imperial needed the actual damage output to find some of those kills. Fiend Script not being used as well. They've got great BKB piercing disables in the Fiend Script and the lasso to fight the Lifestealer, even a BKB OD later on. A lot of physical damage between the Drow and the Weaver. It's definitely a lineup that should be able to shut down a Lifestealer pretty well.
And look at this, you know, on the side, Ace already coming in, getting eyes on what's going on the back lines of Adfin. Just onto the Witch Doctor, forcing it onto Spine. He gets the Buddha out, pops the stick charge, one more touch though, he'll take the kill. Ace. They've got the lasso onto Madara. They're looking for a second, they'll get it. They commit the Fiend's Grip as well to make sure there's no chance the Madara slips away. Ace picks up a double kill, and Imperial taking these fights.
They might be into Roche
nicer and nicer.
Roche is definitely possible for them. It's more if they want to prioritize getting a kill on the tier 1 tower, but looks like they're just going to scan to make sure no one's around and then, pop themselves into the Roche pit for that easy peasy Roche.
I mean, there's a bit of time left on the nighttime period. Night Stalker will head his way over there, but just the speed that they're taking this. I mean, Skylark comes in, it feels like it'll be a bit of a death commitment. As indeed, Roshan down, Imperial to take it. Ace with an Aegis as well. Yeah. His game going to continue to get easier and easier on the Weaver. 5-1-2. He's picking up the farm. He's getting the kills in these fights. And this game looking to be quite close indeed. 60 minutes in, 10 for 9. Doug still at the top, but it is the fact that across the board Imperial have those 3 cores, all just in a slightly better place. Doug is going to go for the age-old counter, just TPing the hell away from that Weaver. And it works. Rise wasn't quite close enough to get the Nightmare out.
No problem at all. No Lincolns for some time on Weaver still, it feels like. That's a bit of a ways to go to complete that one. As we'll see what Imperial will look to do with this Aegis. I imagine ideally they're looking to just keep finding pickoffs using the Batrider. He's going to have a 4-star soon. Also just 5-man sieging towers. Like, yeah, you've got no Lincolns on Weaver, but you're still very strong when you're 5-manning and taking objectives.
Middle tower falling low, but Imperial are there to hold.
It'll be very interesting to see how these drafts match up. The Night Stalker is a really good pick against the Bat once you get the Ag Scepter up, because you can always see him initiating over the tree line. But at the same time, the Abaddon pick is really good against that same Night Stalker pick when you're trying to use the Silence and the Disable to try and lock down people like the Weaver, the Drow, the Batrider himself. Having that Aphotic Shield can be very influential as this game goes on. And is it a triple smoke purchase? Yep, I think that was Imperial saying, yeah, we've got these smokes, right? They're pretty good out here. It's really nice because they haven't needed them that badly up until now, but now they're at that stage where, if anything, saving smokes for late game is great against the Night Stalker because you need to have a smoke advantage to initiate on him once he has Ag. So it's not too bad that they haven't been using smokes, and they've been holding their own just fine. So obviously smokes haven't been a necessary piece of the puzzle for them. That will likely change, though, as they enter this stage of the game with an Aegis. You want to find smokes for pickoffs. Ace has found 3, though.
Yeah, and he's got a DD room. He's going to try for it, but Skylar kicking it out. So only got one track out. They'll drop down. Very nice death ball from Spartan. Really intense damage, but they've lost 2 on the side of Adfinum. Lasso up onto Madara. They're controlling them perfectly. They may have lost the Bane, but they're making Adfinum pay as a triple kill for Ace is picked up, and he may not be done yet. They're looking towards Skylark. They'll take him as well. Imperial finding 4.
Ace with a double damage rune just demolished them. He ran into those trees, scouted out 3 heroes, plus, well, there was Infested Weave. He doesn't know that right away. He probably had a pretty good idea of it. He went for the OD, probably could have gone for the Witch Doctor first if he wanted to stop that death ward, but going for the OD, in my mind, much better play because Thug did nothing that fight. He was just looking around like, what do I do? This Weaver's killing me. He's got beetles on me. I can't run. Ace now wants to go high ground.
Dude, he wants to dive.
Yep.
He's ready to go.
He's got Aegis. Why not? He's got time lapse.
He's looking for MNT. He won't find him there with the Germinate attack. Well, Astra there. Immediately time lapse. Trying to get out, but he's been trapped.
Yeah, pretty deep from him. Perhaps a bit too deep as they'll try and disengage here.
Yeah, he'll get himself out. Keep himself safe. But it certainly feels like we're just seeing... we saw VP do this in the playoffs, just where a draft warrants it, a 5th pick Weaver, regardless of what position you run it in, can be incredibly hard to deal with.
Yeah, Ace is really the hero of this fight. With a double damage rune, that is just insane how much right-click damage he has here.
I mean, Spartan as well hits the best, a fantastic death ball.
And that cast even, that was a
it just
perfect
wasn't enough.
Cast.
It wasn't enough.
I best say, not until watching the replay do I see like how much he did. I was just watching Weaver the whole time. That Weaver just demolished him from behind.
Oh, and they've got another big pick.
Yeah.
HeStEJoE sees the opening, jumps in onto MNT. And 50 to Imperial are looking pretty hot.
Good control, just finding the heroes they need. That was without even a gem of any kind. I imagine gem is probably next on the menu for the Batrider. Imperial are at that stage where they can just 5-man snowball and take every tower of the map. It starts to get... I mean, we saw last game. This is like comfort bread from, we lost the early game. Oh, whatever. This is fine. I mean, Fogged even joked about it during the qualifiers where they would always lose the laning stage. It wasn't until we saw the playoffs with Adfinum where they actually started winning laning stage. But this feels more like the old Adfinum. Lose laning stage, then win the mid to late game. But they have to do that mid to late game now. With an Axe completed on Skylark, it gets a whole lot easier to take these mid-game fights. So that's going to be the key tool for the Greek side. Yeah,
I guess this is a tool that's going to make a world of difference when it comes to high-ground defense. You know, limiting the vision of Imperial when they're trying to push up, it's going to make it a lot harder when they go for that. But for the time being, Imperial are just looking to find pickoffs out on the map. And they may find something top at the moment. Madara
very
up there.
Close to them.
Yeah, both with the cores, in fact.
There was a dire ward on that hill, but because of the darkness from Night Stalker, it was giving like no vision. They couldn't find anything. HeStEJoE still nearby. Oh, got the lasso on top.
Yes, indeed. He's found one. Thug HeStEJoe himself, but that's only going to buy time for Imperial to surround him. Madara's actually doing his best to fight. He went for the race TP, but the Fiend Script's there. Thug to fall. A beautiful Fiend Script from Rise allows them to secure the second kill.
Yeah.
2 cores taken down on top. Imperial lose nothing. I mean, we're just seeing it really feels like this draft from Imperial. You said at the start you liked it. It's pretty genius.
It's working so well. Putting the Weaver in a core role when you've got Drow Aura, and also giving the Drow. I mean, Drow had a tough time, but hey, she almost plays as that pseudo support when your job is almost just to give aura to your team at some point, at least to the Weaver. And Baby Knight has managed to get items. He's tanky. He's got lots of stats, so he's able to at least push buildings. He's not really meant to kill heroes, but he's doing at least enough damage and tanking enough spells that he's offering a decent amount to his team. And Weaver with Lincoln's Dragonlance is going to be a big problem as far as these next couple of fights go.
It'll be interesting to see. HeStEJoE actually lasso back in 7 seconds. He may just throw for a pick-off. They're actually coming dangerously close to Imperial here.
They're trying to bait the bounty in onto their sentry ward perhaps, but seems MNT should be well aware of what's going on there and doesn't seem to be looking to walk into the neighborhood. This dire jungle is just a death trap as it stands. They'll smoke out though. They want to make a play.
To come out.
Yeah, with the Acceptor, they'll see them.
This is scary.
They see a lot though. That's what's really scary about this is they probably see too many. They may just feel like they're desperate and have to go for a fight.
And already Ace, he's come around to stop the smoke, throws out the bugs. There we have a beautiful gust onto multiple heroes. Witch Doctor down, Thug already falling low. It's a double kill for Rage. And they're not done, they're looking for more. Madara has to rage, get the hell out of there, but the Frost Arrows are there. And it's GG well played. It's all too much. The 5th pick Weaver shredding Venom to pieces. The Danish draft was perfect.
I think Active at that point were totally in their right to go for that all-in smoke play. They had all the vision too, so they're like, okay, we've got the vision, how do we approach this fight? They silence